Hey, so my name is Hillary Griffin, and I'm an Emerald leader with It Works Global. And today I'm going to be going over how I plan my Facebook content using Trello to help you guys with planning your content and showing up consistently because we know that consistency really is key, even when people try to tell you, like, oh, it's fine. No, showing up consistently means that you're either consistently planting or you're consistently harvesting. So we want to get you into a harvesting season in your business. So here we go. Okay, so first of all, I use Trello. I use Trello because whenever you use a third party app of any kind, Facebook and Instagram do not love those. So that means that they actually will make your content show up less when you're using something that is foreign to their platform. So if at any time you can use a native feature to the platform that you're on, whether it be Facebook or Instagram, then go with that. So what I do is I just put all of my social content. I put my Facebook content for my Facebook personal page. Then I have a Facebook business page. I also have a blog. I do email marketing, and I also have an Instagram. So for all of those things, I like to have it just in one place. You can schedule due dates and all of that, and I'm going to cover that today. But you schedule due dates, all that good stuff, and it just reminds you on your phone that it's like time to post. So, what I have here is my personal Facebook plan. Okay, so let's see, we'll skip to right here. So, this would be tomorrow's post. So, first of all, on Trello, you make different boards. And with the different boards, like I have my Instagram account, personal, all the things that I told you guys about a minute ago. Okay, so I have all those different boards, and then on each board, I've separated things out. So my personal brand is where it shows up best on my personal Facebook page and my Instagram page. I've already done a training about Instagram and how I use Trello for that because it's a little bit different because of your pictures and how they lay out. So you kind of want to get in a good rhythm of how the flow looks and make sure that the feed looks nice, right? It's not necessary, but it is a feature on Instagram that you just want to be mindful of. Opposed to on Facebook, you don't really have a feed like that. Everything's just one big scroll. So it's a little bit okay, like to have different pictures and stuff posted. So the way that I schedule on Instagram with Trello is a little bit different than Facebook. That's why I've decided to do another Facebook training for Trello. Okay. So every day, I think that the best way to show up for your business is to say, hey, my doors are open with a good quote. I would suggest an inspirational quote, a quote that would speak to your ideal teammate or or somebody that you're just wanting to encourage. You think of that person, get that person in mind. For me, my person's name is Olivia, and I talk to Olivia and just Olivia every day with my content. The thing is that when you get really good at talking to one type of person, you've gotten so good at that that there will be an overflow to other people seeing you just do that really well and so authentically that they will connect to you too. I've actually done that with people who I've seen out there. I know they're talking to a specific person, but it's not that I'm that person. I just want to learn how they've done that so well. And so then I get coached by them and stuff just because they're really good at it. So it's really important to find that one person. So I say you start every day with a quote. The next thing is that you're going to have a rotation of topics that you talk about. So for me, I split them up by days on here, and that's what you can see. So I have an about day that's going to be like, hey, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Definitely if you're like new here, stuff like that. I talk about my why, behind the scenes benefits. So benefits both of business and products. Um, and also benefits of maybe something else that's a part of my lifestyle. So it's not all just business products. Um, Motivational. Insights. So insights is also something about business products without you sounding like you're selling. Insights is more of being the person who is in the know about that thing. So maybe somebody is needing to get healthy in a certain area. Well, you're the person with insight into that topic, and you can share from a place of confidence. As you share about it, people are drawn in and want to know more about your products. Um, Also, same thing when it comes to the business side. Okay. Product day, that's obvious. You're giving yourself a day that you're really talking about the products. Faith and family. So those are my two little extras there based off of, I would say everything from about to products is what everyone should be posting about. And then faith and family is just what I've added. Um, because that speaks to my ideal person. So anyway, so how I do it is every day is 3 posts when it comes to my personal Facebook page. I start with a quote, like I said, and then I would go into about or whatever the topic is of that day, and then I would go into a story. Now, to keep it a little bit simple, if you're not ready to schedule out your full week or your whole month, and you just need to do it by the day, then you can just create, this about, why, you can label all those. And then each night you can sit down and say, okay, so I'm doing an about me styled day. So that means the quote is going to be something that kind of fits like my personal style and stuff, maybe talks the way that I talk, a little bit sassy, whatever, and empowering to women. So I pick one of those kind of quotes. And then I talk about me during the middle of the day. And then by the evening, I share my story. And I share the story, like my personal story. All of our stories map out the same way. So it starts with before it works, because of it works, and what it works is going to do. So on that day, I would talk about my story in that format, but I would talk about it from the perspective of about me. Like, what did I share earlier that day that I can kind of echo into writing my story later? And that makes it a little bit easier to come up with the content. So the next day would be your why day. So your quote, maybe if you're a mom, your quote is going to be something about, like a mom quote. And it could be like a funny thing or something like that. Okay. And then your why, if your why is like your kids and what you want to do for them, provide for them, that kind of thing. I'm just giving you this idea, but that would be like your why. You would talk about that, and you could make it a short thing or a long thing. And then that evening, you're going to share your before it works, because of it works, and hold on, before, because, and what it works will do. Okay. You're going to share that from the theme of your why. So that whole day of content, it's going to all flow together really well. You're not going to sound like you're, I don't know, trying to be pushy and stuff with the way that you post, but you're showing up consistent, and it makes it just easier for that stuff to flow. Same thing with behind the scenes. Behind the scenes is really going to be like, honestly, I think the more, you don't want to like over exaggerate the mess of your life or anything, but just whatever is really, really you, like behind the scenes stuff. Maybe it's behind the scenes about a struggle, or maybe it's behind the scenes of just like, y'all, I don't always have makeup on, and so your picture of the day is you without makeup or something like that. So yeah, behind the scenes, again, a quote that goes along with that type of theme, and then behind the scenes post, and then your story about stuff that happens behind the scenes. So maybe before it works, something that was happening behind the scenes of my life is this. And because of it works, now I'm able to like step out from hiding that thing or not feel shame about that anymore or whatever. And then, the what it works will do in the future for me about that is now my girls are never going to have that same struggle because we've learned how to overcome it and conquer it. So that's like a way that you could tie that all in. So I hope that helps you guys. I want to keep this training pretty short. So if you have questions for me specifically about this, please let me know. Again, I've already done an Instagram one. Now, if you have a Facebook business page, I'll share with you really quick the difference between the two. okay, when it comes to content. So for me, I have themes to what I want my business to be known for. Now, I own a business outside of It Works, but It Works really is a huge part of what I do as a business. And I would never I believe that your brand and your business is stronger when you can just blend everything together in a cohesive way than if you were just trying to separate everything out and do everything. So for me, being stay-at-home mom, things like that, like this is the best way for me to manage my business. So what I do is overall, I tell people from the business page that I'm in the business of lifestyle products and services. So that pretty much like covers everything for me. And so, some of that is going to be like coaching, consulting, photography. And then when it comes to It Works, it's mentorship. And then I sell products as well for living a good lifestyle and showing up as your best self. So, because I have that kind of business model, I have a Facebook business page. You don't have to have a business page to be in this business, but that's how I kind of just double up on putting content out. Um, and being able to still take care of my other business. So I have Homegrown, that is just a theme kind of like for blogging and coaching that I have. So kind of like your homegrown dreams. So I have that scheduled here. Then I have Gold. That's just a thing where I talk about finding the gold that's buried like within you and calling out the gold in others and things like that. Again, both of these are a approach from a blog perspective, but it shows what I do in my coaching and public speaking because that's a part of what I do too. And then I have Best Self, which that overall, that showing up as your best self, I hit on products because of our products helping me show up as my best self. I hit on this business and what it's offered me, but then I also talk about showing up as your best self, like for your business and things like that. So again, it kind of comes back down to this blog perspective and way of communicating what I do in business, like what I have to offer someone else and how I can add value to them. Establishing good roots in your life. Again, points right back to like multiple places in my business. Um, Products, that's obvious, y'all. And then show up. That is where it's like, okay, it's time to show up for yourself. So again, that's either mentorship, the social media consulting that I do, and I teach people how to show up for their business online, or when it comes to pictures and products again, and all that. So I just tie it all in. But this is just more of that business model perspective of what we do. And then again, then I have business where I talk about joining my team and being mentored by me. So that's the two different ones that I have for Facebook on here. Blog is pretty much the same as this. It's just rolled out a little bit different, but when it comes to content. But anyways, I hope that this is super helpful for you. If it is, please let me know in the comment section. I'll be sharing this with like anybody who needs it. So I would love to have feedback, see if you would want to see like more in depth about things. I love personally, I love helping people find their own voice. I think it's great to copy the right cat and find people who are really good at showing up on social media. But just because they are really good at showing up on social media does not mean if you copy their content and try to do what they do that it will be good for you, because it's good for them because it's authentic to them. So what I like doing is I like helping people find a way to put their own words out there in a way that's simple and you can show up consistently. The more consistent that you are, the better your follow-ups are, the more that your business is going to grow. Okay. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. This is Sunday that I'm recording this. So when we get into the week, I hope that you're ready to run with this and that this plan really helps you guys out. Okay. So I will talk to you next time on my next training. And please, again, give me feedback. Okay.